Breaking Mzansi Insider reports. Residents of Randfontein and nearby areas are increasingly voicing their frustration and fear as criminal activities linked to armed Zama Zamas continue to escalate. These illegal mining groups have become more aggressive, often carrying weapons and operating with little regard for the safety of local communities. As a result, many residents feel trapped in an environment where crime is becoming a daily reality. The situation has reportedly worsened over time, with incidents of violence, intimidation, and property damage becoming more frequent. Community members say they are living under constant threat, with some even afraid to move freely within their own neighborhoods. The lack of effective intervention has only deepened the sense of insecurity among residents. In response, communities have begun calling for stronger and more decisive action from law enforcement authorities. A key demand that has emerged is the temporary deployment of KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, to help address the crisis. Many believe his leadership style and track record could bring much-needed control to the situation. Residents argue that Mkhwanazi has demonstrated the ability to tackle organized crime with firmness and discipline, qualities they feel are urgently needed in Randfontein. They hope that his involvement would not only disrupt illegal mining operations but also restore confidence in the police's ability to protect communities. The growing unrest in Randfontein has also sparked community meetings and local mobilization efforts, as residents come together to discuss ways to protect themselves while waiting for a stronger law enforcement response. Many have expressed disappointment in what they describe as a slow and inadequate reaction from authorities, saying that the situation has been allowed to deteriorate for far too long. Local leaders and community representatives have echoed these concerns, stressing that illegal mining is no longer just an economic issue but a serious security threat. They warn that the presence of heavily armed Zama Zamas has introduced elements of organized crime into the area, making it more dangerous and complex for ordinary policing methods to handle effectively. Some residents have also raised concerns about the impact on local infrastructure and businesses. Reports of damaged property, disrupted services, and declining economic activity are becoming more common, further affecting the livelihoods of people in the area. For many, the situation is not only about safety but also about survival. The call for Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's deployment is therefore seen as a symbol of hope for decisive leadership. Community members believe that bringing in an experienced and firm figure could help coordinate a more strategic and forceful response, one that addresses both the criminal networks and their operations on the ground. As the situation continues to intensify, some residents have warned that prolonged inaction could push communities to take matters into their own hands. While many still hope for a lawful and structured intervention, there is a growing sense of desperation among those who feel abandoned by the very systems meant to protect them. Community members stress that this path must be avoided, calling instead for urgent and visible policing action. Security experts and observers have also weighed in, noting that illegal mining syndicates often operate in well-organized networks that require specialized strategies to dismantle. They argue that tackling the Zama Zama crisis will demand more than routine patrols. It will require intelligence-led operations, coordination between different law enforcement units, and strong leadership on the ground. At the same time, there are calls for government to address the root causes driving illegal mining, including unemployment and poverty. Some residents believe that without long-term social and economic interventions, the cycle of illegal mining and crime will continue, even if temporary stability is restored through policing efforts. The name of Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi continues to stand out in community discussions, symbolizing a tougher stance and a renewed sense of urgency. For many, his potential involvement represents not just enforcement, but a turning point in how authorities respond to deeply entrenched criminal activity. Ultimately, the people of Renfontine are sending a clear message: they want safety, stability, and accountability. Their call is not only for immediate protection but also for sustainable solutions that will ensure future generations do not have to live in fear.